All right, everybody, welcome back to Twig. We've got so much to talk about today. We're going to recap the waste management. We're going to talk a bunch about Pebble, including a very interesting phone call that you made. And then towards the end of the show, we're going to test your memory once more.
Okay.
You were able to identify more than I expected of the golfers a couple weeks ago.
The silhouettes.
Yes. So I've got a new test for you, and this time we're going to put you on the clock.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that.
Love it.
First, we want to thank 5 Iron Golf. This episode is sponsored by 5 Iron Golf, the indoor golf entertainment venue that has everyone talking. 5 Iron, as we know, started in New York City. Now they've got many more locations that they're opening. Baltimore, Chicago, Philly opened just last weekend.
That's right.
In fact, I saw a bunch of the pictures on Instagram.
How cool these places look,
the place
right?
is sick. I can't wait to get down there. And not only is it the ultimate golf indoor hangout with flexible event spaces, a full bar, chef-inspired menu, but you also know that they do in-depth lessons there, as well as fitting sessions in their fitting lab.
That's cool.
The fitting lab features Trackman Lesson Studios, and here's this, you can get 10% off when you mention Golficity. So when you book your session, make sure you mention Golficity, and you're gonna get 10% off. Like I said, we're gonna be doing some meetups at 5 Iron Golf locations this year. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna be announcing them on social as well.
I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Especially like that Philly location really looks
Philly looks great,
sick.
and I think Chicago might be coming up sooner rather than later.
100%. So we'll be posting those in the Facebook group. We'll be sharing them on social. So we will get those meetups going. We'll have news on that very soon. Make sure you guys check out your local 5 Iron Golf today. And like I said, when you book that fitting session or you book that lesson, mention Golficity, you can get 10% off.
Get that discount.
So big thanks to 5 Iron Golf for that. So let's dive right into the waste management recap. Of course, waste management, we had a little bit of fun with it on Twig last week.
Sure, that was fun. That was fun playing the 16th in virtual.
That was a lot of fun. And it's a tough hole. But huge hat tip to what Webb Simpson did.
Yeah, dude.
All right, first of all, I've said it's one of my favorite days in sports because you've got the waste management goes right up to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah, it's great.
And this year, we cut it close.
Real close.
Like right up until kickoff.
Kickoff, yes.
Because of the playoff.
Right.
And speaking of the playoff, I mean, how do you not tip your hat to Webb Simpson, who goes birdie, 17-18 to catch Tony Finau.
Yeah, incredible.
And then
birdies the playoff
haul. Three
Amazing.
birdies in a row on 3 incredibly challenging
That's how you win
holes.
it right there.
Yeah. And if you look and you watch, when they came down 18, Finau had him on the drive by like 30-something yards.
Yes.
So advantage Finau off the tee, and then Webb just poured it on. You know, an excellent approach
just
shot,
dominated.
buries it.
I remember putting that tweet out there where I was like, really love Webb, love how he's playing, hope this guy pulls through. He pulled through. I made the joke that I gave him the juice like I gave Molinari, but it doesn't mean anything.
I'll tell you what, I was happy to see either one of those guys.
100%.
Finau, you know,
I'm a fan of both.
You see him, you know, coming second often. I'd love to see him get across the line a little bit more, but two terrific guys. Speaking of Finau, and speaking of 16, some huge fireworks this week from him. I think he birdied that hole the first 3 rounds and then parted, I believe, on the 4th round. But he wore the Kobe.
That's right.
And then he drains that putt. And then
he goes to,
I mean,
a lot of great tributes.
Just great tribute, really exactly what the crowd is looking for, the fans, and they just got everybody into it. And speaking of tributes, the ground screw, did you see what they did at
the pin location?
Yeah, pin location. So they did 24 paces on and 8 paces in, and then they had the flag 24 and 8. So just great to see the sports community in general just kind of rising to that and doing the tribute. But I just thought it was an excellent additional dynamic. And I tell you what, every year the waste management entertains. Every year. It never lets down. It always comes down to the wire. The weather seemingly is always fantastic.
Always looks amazing.
It does.
You know, my favorite is always, and everyone loves to capture this, is the running through the gates.
Yes.
Right?
And speaking of that, I'm waiting for the attendance numbers to come out.
Same.
Do you know, last year it was something like 650,000 that came through on
like one day, right?
Yeah.
I heard that number, ridiculous.
On Saturday. And you wonder, is Sunday's always the big day, right?
650,000, yes.
When you think of a tournament, Sunday's always the big day. But waste management,
Saturday is the day. Yeah,
I
Saturday
feel
is
like
their day.
Because you think about it, when they go through, those guys, they run through at 4 in the morning to get those spots.
Right.
Those first groups are not coming around until probably
So the only thing to
noonish.
do is to just start drinking
You're just
and getting rowdy.
You're drinking for 4 or 5 hours before the first groups come through.
Jeez, we couldn't even handle a sip out of a beer helmet last week. I couldn't even think of that.
It's like a comedy show where it's a minimum 2 drinks, where you got to get the couple in them before they bring the guys out. It's the same type of thing. So it ends up good, but you know what? I like the fact that it's rowdy, but it's always kind of controlled. We don't have any major incidents where people disrupting play.
Right.
Or at least the players expect it to a certain extent.
They do, and they some even bring it on. Like Ricky will bring it on even during a putt now.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
Yeah.
I love seeing it.
So it was terrific. And then also speaking of 16, our very own Ed D'Attusa from Main Course, which if you haven't caught this show yet, Eddie is doing a terrific show all based around golf and food and how the two go
I love
together.
his personality.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to this, he goes to these golf courses and indoor golf places and even does stuff at home.
Yeah.
And he goes behind, he talks to the chef, he makes like the best thing on the menu. And it's just so cool, his take.
It really
He's
is.
funny.
And what goes together better than food and golf?
Seriously.
You know, so whether it be like at the turn or before your round, after your round. So he did his version of beer can chicken, which he called, what do you call it?
Wasted management chicken.
Management chicken.
Something like that, yes.
Which, have you ever made beer can chicken?
I have never made it.
I used to make this all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I even had one of those things that you help stand it up on there, put it on the grill. I tell you what, it makes a huge difference. You should be surprised. It's almost like a rotisserie. That moisture just comes up.
Right.
But here's the key, at least. I don't know. I didn't get to see if Eddie did this. You tell me if Eddie did this, but this is what I always used to do.
What's that?
Take just a handful of those spices that you rub on the chicken and just dump it into the beer.
Interesting. I don't think he did that.
Okay,
no.
so dump that right into the beer before you put the beer in the chicken. And as that is boiling and simmering, the spices are going up into the chicken.
Brilliant.
And if you really want to take it next level, I used to have one of those injectors, looks like a syringe.
Right.
And you just kind of inject some under the skin.
Serious care there. Wow, dude.
That was before I had kids, when I had
That's when you had the time.
4 hours on cooking dinner.
Yeah, that's true. Eddie just wrapped his in bacon and put it on a beer can. So I guess that's probably pretty good, right?
Well, listen, if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out Eddie's, because he did that tailgate-inspired. He's going to be doing some tailgate-inspired recipes for a bunch of the upcoming tournaments. I wonder if he'll do anything for the Masters.
I think he's going to do like pimento cheese sandwiches maybe or something.
Maybe we'll do some of those here on the show.
We're going to do those here for sure.
Bring Ronnie in or something?
I think we bring Ronnie in for that. I think he'll put a good spin on that.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yep.
All right, moving on to this week's tournament, the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I always enjoy this tournament,
a much more chill vibe.
It's a laid-back tournament. And I think when you kind of go back-to-back with the Waste Manager of this, it's just like very laid-back vibe. You've got, first of all, you've got the format. So speaking of the format, it's a Pro-Am.
Right.
So we've got so many celebrities that come out. We'll talk about the celebrities in a second. But the way it's structured is you got 156 two-player teams, and those are played across 3 courses.
Correct.
Which, by the way,
Monterey, yeah.
I just want that invite.
I know.
Are you kidding? Listen to these courses. Monterey, Spyglass, Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill, and the shore course at Monterey.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, it's amazing.
4 days making a round around there.
It's awesome.
4 days if you're lucky, if you don't miss the cut, because there is still a cut line.
There still is a cut line, but isn't it 3 days? It cuts you on
Is it?
Saturday,
That's a
not
good
Friday.
question.
I think that's the case. Someone will correct us. Let us know. But
post it in the comments.
I never kind of understood how it works. So the celeb kind of plays with you throughout?
Yes. So you play as these 2-man teams, and for the professionals, it's simple. It's like every other tournament. You've got the usual 72-hole. It's stroke play. And
nothing changes for them.
Lowest score wins. So you're keeping track of the pros' individual score as they go. Meanwhile, for the Pro-Am, the format is best ball net of the partners.
Got it. So there's a trophy for the Pro-Am winners too.
There is.
Got it.
A trophy. And there's always some really good teams.
That's so cool.
Wayne Gretzky pretty much always plays. He's
always
DJ's
there.
father-in-law. He's always playing with DJ. He's a terrific golfer.
Yep.
There's always some really great golfers in the field.
Definitely.
Even
the Manning brothers are pretty good.
That's it. Celebs, scratch golfers. So they get out there and they get, they really get competitive out there.
Yeah, they get it done out there.
So some of the notable players in the field, we've got Mickelson, who it's like a home game for him.
Yep,
right?
past champ too.
Yep, Jason Day, DJ, Furyk, Spieth, Kuchar, Walker, McDowell.
Big names. It's always a big name event.
And Spieth is somebody that, I don't know about you, but I'd really like to see him get back to where
I think it was 1 win. We'll get him back on track.
You think so?
I think so.
I was thinking
it's confidence.
about.
It's a monkey off the
What do you
back.
think he's missing? What is Spieth missing right now that's just not working?
Just watching him, it just looks like confidence, complete confidence throughout the whole game. And he feels like he gets down on himself. And
you saw the frustration coming out.
Right. So I just think he has to get that monkey off his back, get the win, and like Tiger, kind of fuel him in that direction.
That's it. I think what he needs, unsolicited advice from Frank. Frank's 2 cents here.
Frank's 2 cents to Jordan Spieth.
But what I think he needs is to find a really good mental game coach.
Love it.
Because as far as pure raw ability, we know it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, the things he was doing as a junior golfer were unbelievable.
Sure.
So I don't think we're looking at swing change or anything like that. I think it's something with the mental game, strategy, coach, whatever he needs to do, because when he's locked on, I don't think there's a better putter on tour.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just, as you said, it's a frustration. It's something like that that's boiling over in him, and this guy's got to find a way to settle him down.
Yeah,
come
definitely.
with a better game plan. So I think a good mental game coach. Hook him up with Dr. Joseph Parent, Zen Golf.
Perfect.
There
Done.
you go.
Done.
Fixed. Right.
Jordan Spieth fixed. Next win coming.
And then you never know, too. Something like this might take a little pressure off of him, where it's a little bit more of a laid-back feel, where you have the celebrities in there as well.
Yeah, true.
So speaking of celebrities, we've got Eli and Peyton Manning, Bill Murray, Wayne Gretzky, Jake Owen, which, by the way, Jake Owen, you remember the story with Phil? Where he was there at the wedding together, right? And then he said, he took $20 off him or something.
Right.
Phil just took out a wad of 20s and paid him from those right after his big wing in the Tiger.
Didn't he say, like, I have like 9 million more as this?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah. So you always love to see that. A little bit of fun and ribbing back and forth that goes on.
It's great.
But it made me wonder, if you could pick one celebrity to play with, let's say you were playing in the Pro-Am, who would be your celebrity selection?
I love it. I think just for the company alone, the walk alone, I think I'd go with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of that guy.
Who's not?
I'm a big fan of all of his work. I'm a huge fan of like Ballers and everything that he's been in, and he's like inspirational too. I follow him on socials and just following his path and his like beliefs and stuff. I think he's great. I'd love to just walk and play golf. Plus, I heard he hits the ball a long way.
He swings a club.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a picture on Instagram not too long ago of him just like ripping
Just
driver.
ripping through. He's jacked out of his face. It's incredible. What about you?
Bill Murray.
Okay, I like that.
Come on. I mean, just
think about those stories.
Right. Just that would be a legendary 18 holes with Bill.
That would be amazing.
Just the vibe, the way he like communicates with the crowd. That would be
amazing. Yeah.
Just everything about that. Plus,
Bill
Murray in golf, just like
Yeah, big time. Big time. Absolutely. This, like I said, the stories from Caddyshack and everything. It'd be great.
And every year it seems that one big viral clip that comes out of the Pebble Beach Pro-Am is something he did with the crowd.
Right.
So
a ridiculous outfit he has on or something.
It just gives everybody, at least it's fun. That would be my pick in a heartbeat.
I love it.
Bill Murray.
I love it.
So, and you know what? Bill doesn't live too far from here.
He doesn't.
So.
Wait, we got to get him in studio.
How cool would it be to get him out on the course? That would be
Come on, Bill.
Probably the most epic collab score of all time. So if anybody out there, if you know a way to get a hold of Bill, make sure you message us.
Thank you.
Because we want to get him on the show this year sometime.
Yeah, he's a local boy.
Then, again, Pro-Am, Pebble Beach.
Right.
Dream course.
Bucket list.
We look at the views that we look at on Instagram, and every year just watching it. Would
you say that if you asked any golfer your 3 bucket list courses, Pebble is always one of them?
I think it's got to always be somewhere in the top 3.
Old Course, Pebble, and Augusta.
100%. So as part of that, the nice part about Pebble, unlike Pine Valley, is that you can actually play it. I use "can" in quotes because you even recently gave them a quick phone call to see what it would take to play around at Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick listen to that.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Pebble Beach Resort Reservations. My name is Ryan.
We're looking to come out there in the fall, and we wanted to just get a gauge on cost for greens fees.
The green fees are going to be as follows. Pebble Beach is $575 per player. Did you know which property you'd like to stay at? I can quote you the base rate.
Let's assume the Pebble Beach location.
So the most economical room option over there is going to start at $980 a night before taxes and fees. That's for a garden view room. The best suite that we probably have would be the Colton Suite. That's going to start at $3,100 a night before taxes and fees. So you can get 8 golfers out. If you did book that, that's going to start at $7,280 a night before taxes and fees.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just taking notes here. So the max in, all in with the greens fee, $575 plus $95 for the bag, plus another, let's call it $60. I'm just trying to do the math in my head here. It's about $730 in that ballpark. I appreciate all the info. Thanks so much, Ryan. You're right.
So tell me,
that wild or what?
The cash register isn't ringing. I could just see your eyes lighting up as you saw some of that.
100%. And you know, I think Pebble's deserving of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, first of all, by the way, guys, Pebble Beach Resort. Anyone out there, if you guys are listening, your website's phenomenal. I was all over it last night. The history, they created this timeline of the history of Pebble Beach with a lot of cool fun facts that I'm going to get to in a sec. But the pricing, it is amazing. $730 with the caddy and the full tip. They recommended 30 to 60, so I just put it on the high side.
Yeah.
So,
but what's interesting is, just like when we were in Scotland and played the old course, same thing was said out there. Essentially, they could charge anything.
Anything they want.
Because even at those prices, you said they were booked out until when?
October.
Till October, which is effectively the entire season.
Yeah.
So it just shows that, yes, it's a huge amount, but I guess if you can get it, get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. People are paying it. At the end of the day, people are paying it.
Right.
But it makes me wonder, what is the most expensive, forget private, I'm not talking about private membership. What is the most expensive public or semi-public course you've ever played?
That's a great question.
And I'll back up the second question. Would you pay it again?
Okay, that's a great question. Well, Kingsbarns was probably the most expensive public course
Kingsbarns was expensive
that I've ever stepped foot on. Is that public? Semi?
Yeah, you can play. You can play there. You can book a tee time.
I believe it was €350 or something like that.
Right. And the caddy.
And the caddy. But if I just straight up U.S. domestic, I would say Ferry Point, Trump Ferry Point in the Bronx was $350. So would I play it again? I mean, I enjoyed both courses. Kingsbarns, 100%.
Yeah.
The Ferry Point, I mean, yeah, it was a great course. I would play it again. I just feel like, I believe since then the price has come down.
Okay.
Because it was like 2 years
ago. Well, there's
ago.
also this peak season.
And there's peak season, things like that, sure.
And different courses sometimes like that when they
closer
to open, they get hot.
Right.
They charge a little more.
And don't get me wrong, the Ferry Point course, I mean, you're paying for those views. The New York City skyline, the link style course, pristine shape, the practice, you're paying for it and it's deserving of it.
For sure. For me, the most expensive was Kiwa, the ocean course.
Yeah, definitely.
That one just kind of blew my mind. $400 for the tee time, and then a required $100 for the caddy. And
you'd probably pay it again and again and again and again. Right?
I would do it until I ran out of money.
Exactly.
Which wouldn't take long at that price.
Yeah,
but,
seriously.
It was truly such a special experience. I loved that place.
Your face
Plus,
in that video, just
I got my money's
beaming
worth. Because you know why?
Enjoyment.
I stayed there all day. Even after the round,
you went back.
You get the porch.
Yeah.
You can sit out there. They've got the Ryder Cup bar there. You can have a drink.
Rocking chairs.
And you just sit there on that porch and you just watch players come down 18 and just everybody's face is smiling ear to ear. They probably got beat up out there like that. Like I got beat up, but you're still smiling ear to ear. But super expensive. But it makes me wonder too. You guys out there, post a comment. What is the most expensive golf course you've ever played? Do you regret it, or would you pay it again?
Love it.
And why?
Love it.
Let us know. I definitely want to hear about it. But speaking of which, you've got some fun facts about Pebble that you were able to dig up while you were on the line there.
I did. This was great.
Waiting to talk to somebody.
So what's cool about Pebble, how cool is this? They have live golf cams. Now, you can't check them right now. Obviously, they shut them down this week because of, I guess, of copyright rules, PGA Tour. So check this out. You can enjoy the live look-ins to some of the most iconic scenes in golf. I love how they describe it. Feel the butterflies as you daydream about hitting a final few practice putts. So they got one on the practice range. Get goosebumps thinking about standing on the first tee. Club yourself as you judge the wind on 17, or visualize that round-ending birdie you're going to make on 18. So enjoy your snapshot of Pebble. Really cool that you can just go on the website and you can get live cam, kind of freaky, but live cam of those 4 areas.
I think we should make at least one of these TVs just a Pebble Beach live cam at all times.
Let's do that at some point, just at all times.
That's
check
nuts.
out this putt.
Yeah.
Get this in the
Which is, you know why that's cool too? If you do pay that big price, I'm sure you tell all your buddies who are home or at work, tune into the feed, this is my tee time, they'll all watch you tee off.
That's great.
And you just rub in that jealousy of everybody's
How cool is that?
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
I would blast that link out to everybody I knew. My entire email list.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Perfect. In the 70s, it was about $100 to play Pebble. Interesting. So still was a hefty price tag back then. Some PGA Tour stuff. Jack won the US Am there in 61. It's the first time he's seen the course. He also won the first US Open there in 72.
Was that when he hit the famous one iron
One-iron
shot.
shot. Yeah, that's the famous one-iron.
Which was incredible, by the way. What did it hit the? I'm trying to remember if it hit the pin.
I think it did hit the pin.
It was just talk about throwing darts.
That's a dart.
And we had our experience at Baltusrol not too long ago where we got to kind of replicate hitting the one iron. You realize how hard it is to hit that club.
Yeah. Oh my God, please.
Yeah.
With a modern ball we had too.
Right.
So another thing, of course, Tiger won at Pebble, U.S. Open in 2000. It was the largest U.S. Open margin of victory, 15 strokes. Get this, the closest in history was Willie Smith, 11 strokes in 1899. I don't think anyone's going to touch that.
15? You said 15 strokes Tiger had the field by? No way.
U.S. Open.
No way.
Yeah.
In open conditions, and he beats people by 15
Incredible.
strokes? No.
That's prime
That'll
Tiger.
never happen again.
2000 Tiger was money. And the rest of this stuff was I had information about the price, but you saw in that video, incredible the price of some of those rooms and things like that.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But again, look, if you had it somewhere within your means, save up a little bit of money, there's very few die-hard golfers who wouldn't play it if they got the chance.
I think everyone's going to eventually make it out there and spend that Pebble spend as a big golfer.
If you can, but it's a shame that it's a little bit out of reach, for some people, obviously, because it is a hefty price tag. But be interested to know if they do any discounts, like military discounts or anything.
I'm sure
like
they do. In
sure
fact,
they do
I did hear that they have something. This is actually fun fact. Last fun fact of the day. They actually have this thing I found called the Stay and Play package. So this might be helpful for like $1,037. It says a day. You get the stay and you get Pebble. You get the stay and then you get Spyglass. You get the stay and then you get another one.
Yeah.
Not Monterey. But you could see it kind of gets a little bit lighter if you do the package.
$1,000 a night is still a hefty price there, but I've seen that oftentimes. I think that Kiowa is the same way. If you stayed at the resort, the prices went down.
Yeah.
The price that I paid was just as somebody just walking on to play.
Yeah, right.
Which, by the way, if you do want to play these places, and again, testament to the fact that they can charge those things. I booked that tee time. I played in May, and I booked that tee time in January.
There you go.
They get booked. So. All right, other news just from around Golficity. One big news is that Rory going to #1 in the official world golf ranking. It's going to be his first time back in the #1 spot, and I think it's 4 years.
Without swinging a club?
Without swinging a club. So last time he was #1 was 2015. He was overtaken by Jason Day, right? But that's the interesting part, as you point out, that he's going to overtake Brooks Koepka without either one of them swinging a club.
Right.
And the way that basically works is there's this divisor that's worked into the equation, and it's depending on how many times you've played and things like that. And because Koepka faced injury towards the end of the year, he missed a lot of those late year events and,
so that
some
brings
of the
his
spring.
points down.
Right. So he's losing points at a faster rate. Obviously, all bets are off once they start getting in and playing again. I think you're going to see it bouncing back and forth. I'm sure for Rory, though, it's going to be a nice confidence booster just to even see that #1 again. But there's no denying Rory's played incredibly well.
Would you say that is the ultimate goal of a professional golfer, to be the #1 in the world? I think you can ask anybody, like,
I think an ultimate goal
is
is winning the majors. More so than #1.
Because #1 is what catapults you to all the sponsorship deals, the all-time big 8-figure deals, or 9-figure deals.
For sure. The #1 spot holds a lot of weight. But
I'd love to just ask a couple of tour players, like, #1 in the world at Green Jacket, what do you want?
I think there's a lot of them that I'm not gonna say don't want it, but there's a certain degree of pressure, and some may even think curse that comes with being #1.
It's interesting.
And having everybody chase you and things like that.
Right.
And you see some of them, they get cold feet. They,
Right.
Hear a little bit of footsteps, and everybody's now chasing you when you hit #1.
The pressure to stay
but
there.
Look, at the end of the day, these guys live under pressure. That's why Tiger held it for as long as he did. It's not like it's something that they're losing sleep over. That's for sure. But I think that would be an interesting way to poll them, which would be more important to them, or which would make you feel more accomplished as a PGA Tour professional. #1 or XYZ major.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the major's gonna be a big one, but. Again, Koepka can bounce back. We're going to really see. I'm excited to see them battle it out in 2020. But Rory, again, came through with yet another solid year. He ended up winning, what was it? They selected him as the PGA Player of the Year. I think, between the European Tour and the PGA Tour, didn't he pick up something like 4 wins over the last year?
It's got to be at least, right?
I think it was 4 wins.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's still a steady pace. If you pick up 4 wins a season,
wow.
Yeah, especially today. And in the second, when
pretty
we do
darn
this,
good.
little quiz I have for you, you'll see how much it varies from week to week winners. We don't see it like we did.
Oh boy.
10 years ago when it was like Tiger,
Right,
Tiger.
right.
And the last thing, talking about Tiger, we're seeing him open up a little bit more about his back injury.
I saw that.
Yeah, so he's
Little
going to be
documentary?
doing a documentary with Sentinel Spine, which is one he's been working with extensively. And I think the proof is in the pudding, so to speak, is that he really did work his way all the way back.
Is that what he's just going to take us through, like everything that happened?
Everything that happened. I mean, from who can remember the shot he took when he dropped to his knees, right? From there to him standing there, on the 18th green at the Masters last year.
From that to that, that's the story, sure.
And he, as he says, Tiger describes it as it's the process for ending my back pain and regaining my life, which is huge. I mean, he had said at the one time, I remember his interview where he wasn't sure if he'd just be able to pick up his kids again. He was just working on that first. Then he was going to work his way back. But myself, somebody who struggles tremendously with back pain, I get it, how frustrating it can be when your body doesn't do what you want it to do. And it does truly, your back affects your life. So,
absolutely, sure.
And I think he's also become a much smarter player in knowing that the things he needs to do to make his back be able to work with his schedule.
Yeah, he definitely.
We saw it at the President's Cup, where when he sat down that one day, it was cold. I think he knows if it's cold conditions like that, and he needs a little bit of a break for his back,
that's not a good recipe.
He's going to take it. And I think that's the way you see Tiger designing his schedule now.
Right. So
he's designing his schedule around taking these strategic breaks.
Sure.
You're not going to see Tiger playing every week, and I think that's a smart way to approach it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I love the story. I love that he's gone from dropping to his knees, like you said, to the Masters, regaining his life. And that is exactly what he did, regained his life, because he went from the bottom to the top of the golf world again. Yeah. Just like that, thanks to this surgery.
Yeah, so I will
I'll be tuned in.
Tuned in for sure.
Absolutely.
And then the last thing before our little test that we're going to put you through,
I'm excited for this test.
New little segment I want to do here. Ready?
Huh?
The Golficity Die Hard Fan of the Week.
Okay.
And we have a clear winner. I think you know who it is.
Yeah.
Our tattoo guy. Did you see this in the
Facebook
love it. Group?
Was John?
I think so. Yeah, I don't have it on my card. That's
John S. We won't shout him out.
Yeah, I feel bad sometimes putting people's last names on. So, how cool is this? He's a tattoo artist. He had a cancellation, so he had some extra time, and he said he'd been meaning to do it, and he did the Golficity script tattoo.
Got it before me,
which was so cool. Yeah, because you've been thinking you wanted to get it.
I wanted to get a G or something on somewhere.
Well, now you know who to go to. Go to John.
I'm going to John
and get it done.
He's deserving of it.
But,
Bravo, Golficity fan and Die Hard of the Week.
We're definitely going to send him some merch.
Yeah, we got to get some merch out to you, John.
Yeah, so
that's deserving of.
There's your Die Hard Fan of the Week.
Die Hard Fan of the Week winner always gets some merch.
Okay. Are we
ready for this? I think I'm ready.
First and foremost, I'm getting my timer up. All right? I'm going to set 1 minute on the clock.
I'm going to get comfortable here.
Here's the stakes. You ready?
Okay, 1 minute.
What I have here is a list of all of the tournaments from last year. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read through these, and we're going to see how many winners you can remember. From last year.
Like the past champ, okay.
From the past champ. So it's the reigning champ for each of these locations.
Where are you starting from?
Well, if I tell you, you've got a minute to think about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Right? But I'm going to shout these out.
Okay.
We're going to put a minute on the clock, and then what I'm going to do is if you're not sure, you can pass. You say pass, I'll quickly move on to the next one.
Okay.
All right?
What's the goal?
Shoot. I mean, I would be happy with remembering 5 of these.
Okay.
But I would say if you get 10, I'd be very impressed. I'd be very impressed.
Jeez. Okay.
All
I think I might be pretty good at this. Because I weirdly remember faces and trophies. So that's how I'm going to remember a lot of these.
All right, you ready? As soon as I say go, you hit that, and I'm going to read the first one.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
Go. Arnold Palmer Invitational, Bay Hill.
Oh, that's Molinari.
The Players.
Rory.
Valspar Championship.
Paul Casey.
WGC Dell Technologies Match Play.
Oh, yes. The FootJoy guy. What's his name? Kisner.
Corrales Punta Cana Championship.
Graham McDowell.
The Masters.
Tiger.
RBC Heritage.
Pass.
Zurich Classic. Remember, that's a team one.
Pomeron.
Wells Fargo Championship.
The guy who roasts everyone. Homa.
AT&T Byron Nelson.
Pass.
PGA Championship.
Koepka.
Charles Schwab Challenge.
Kevin Na.
The Memorial Tournament.
Cantlay.
RBC Canadian Open.
Rory, we watched it at the Dunbeacon.
U.S. Open.
Woodland.
Traveler Championship.
Reevy.
The Rocket Mortgage Classic.
Nate Lashley.
3M Open.
Pass. Ah, dude, that was pretty good.
That was so good. You got 2 wrong that I remember. I got to go back through and recount them. Let's see. I think the Valero Open, you had somebody other than Corey Connors.
Okay.
Corey Connors won that one.
I think I said Kevin Na.
The 3M Open was Matt Wolf.
Mm.
Rocket Mortgage Classic, I'm not sure if you said Nate Lashley.
I did.
Okay. Otherwise, you did pretty darn good. Let's see here. AT&T Byron Nelson, Sung Kang.
That's right.
RBC Heritage.
That one I missed.
Cheng Sung Pan.
Yes, okay. I think he had his wife on the bag or something.
But you got Molinari, you got at Bay Hill, the players, McElroy, you got Valspar, Paul Casey, WGC Dell, you got Kevin Kisner. Punta Cana, did you get Paul Casey for that?
Punta Cana.
We got to go back to the replay.
Valspar, I said Casey. Punta Cana, I said
I'm sorry.
McDowell.
Well, it was Casey again. Masters, of course, Tiger. Zurich, we said. You got Palmer Rahm. You got 2 there.
Palmer Rahm, I knew that
great.
one. Mm-hmm.
Homa, which I like your roundabout way of getting there. Guy who roasts
everybody. The guy who roasts everyone, just blanked on his name.
PGA champ, of course, Koepka, Charles Schwab, Na, Memorial, Cantlay, you got RBC Canadian Open, McElroy, U.S. Open, Woodland, Travel Championship, Chase Reevy.
Reevy, I remember from the Pin High Boys.
Rocket Mortgage, Nate Lashley, we said.
That's where we stopped.
Owen, Matt Wolf, and then for the rest of the season, we got John. You want to just do some?
Yeah, might as well just keep going.
John Deere.
Pass. I don't know.
Dylan Fertilli.
Okay.
The Open, British Open.
Lowry.
Yep. Barbasol Championship.
Herman,
right. WGC FedEx.
That was Brooks.
Yep. Barracuda Champ.
I don't know.
Colin Morikawa.
Okay.
Wyndham Champ.
Oh, yes. No, I don't.
JT Postman.
No.
Northern Trust.
Reed.
Yep. BMW Champ.
That was JT.
And Tour Championship.
Rory won the Tour Championship.
And here, I got a bonus one for you. Because he's still technically the reigning champ until they play again. 2016 Olympics gold medalist.
Oh, Rose.
That's right.
Rose, yeah.
Dude, you know too many of these.
PGA Tour life.
Too many. So anybody who thinks they can beat Mike, let us know.
Let's go.
Let us know in the comments.
I love it, man. Those are great.
60 seconds. That's pretty solid.
Very nice.
All right, guys. That's everything we have this week. Again, thanks to our sponsor, 5 Iron Golf. Had fun with this one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else you guys would like to see on Twig, make sure you let us know. We're having a lot of fun with this segment every week, and we want to keep making it better for you guys. So post them in the comments. Let us know. You can also DM us, tweet us. There's a million ways to get a hold of us.
True.
And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.